Hello, I'm Tyler Cook. I'm the project lead for the Deadliest War, and this is our full sprint review for the entire 5 weeks of the project. We'll be talking about what went right, what went wrong, and what everyone did for the last 5 weeks. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Nolan. Throughout the 5 weeks, I have implemented movement code, and basically that includes the running that was done for AFRI and the jumping that was done for AFRI alongside with his idle state, and having the scripts that allows him to move from one state to the next. There was a lot of paired programming that was involved with James and the online programmer as well. We had to keep doing a lot of debugging mostly because the character wouldn't move from one state to the next. So we had to do a lot of researching in the process of those 5 weeks as well to keep on adding little by little to finally get the finished product of what we wanted him to do. That's basically what we had.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. For the past 5 weeks, started from not knowing how to use Unity at all from going to paper map, white box, to kind of giving it some color. Also adding sprites and then animations to the sprites. I guess what went wrong was just the learning, I guess, making mistakes and fixing them. And that's about it.
I'm Lisa. The past 5 weeks I've worked on concepts for the village, a little bit for AFRI, and then also animations for AFRI. The most challenging and most accomplished thing I've done is the animations for AFRI, just because of all the work and references I had to look up and put into it. But that's about it.
Hi, I'm Raina. I've done concept art for just about quite a few things for the game. The hardest, I guess, most difficult thing in the past 5 weeks was probably making the main character, because we had a bit of a communication problem at the beginning. But I think otherwise, for the rest of the other weeks, we've had better communication, and I haven't really had any sort of troubles completing what I need to do.
My name is Karina. As the lead artist throughout these past 5 weeks, setting up the concept artists with what they need for their classes, giving them enough material for each assignment that they had to do, as well as making sure that Nisa and I had enough work, whether it be concept arted for AFRI, the village environment, or the Elder's Hut that we'll be going into within these next 5 weeks. That's pretty much what I've been doing. We have created successful animations for the game, as well as a sort of environment that we'll be finishing here pretty soon. What went wrong was probably the realization that we didn't have as much artists as we needed to do what we need to do. We realized about a couple weeks ago that what we want as the final product is not maybe what we have or what we can put out with how many people we have. So what we had to learn throughout this was learning that how to adjust with how many people we have. We've adjusted the scope a little bit down so our artists can be able to handle it and get the work out as much as we can with how much time that the artists have, as well as to keep the designers and the programmers up, make sure that they're still doing enough work. So I definitely say our biggest accomplishment is recovering from this. We've done a really good job of coming back from realizing this mistake and adjusting ourselves accordingly.
I'm Leanne. I'm one of the project leads. As a lead, all three of us did management for the entire team. I worked more so with the designer and programmers. The biggest accomplishment would be that build that we had at the end, as far as the designers and programmers go. I guess the biggest stumbling block would probably be the animations, because we couldn't get them working in the sprite editor. So we spent that whole Friday trying to get that working. It did work out in the end, but that was one of the key things we need to get in.
Hi, I'm Tyler. I'm the lead for the project. We have spent a lot of time working over the last 5 weeks. I know that with the leads we've met and we've talked on a very regular basis about everything that's going on. We had communication errors in the very beginning. We've had stumbles and roadblocks throughout the last 5 weeks, and it's been a learning experience for everyone involved, I think. We've had to drop our scope. I've had a lot of communication and liaison with our client. I've been doing a lot of time, spent a lot of time talking to him, figuring out what it is that he needs and what he wants from us, and then trying to communicate that back to the team. That's what I spent a lot of my last 5 weeks doing, as well as making sure that everybody here on the team is getting what they need from me, and that I'm helping them as much as possible. And past that, I think that we have successfully completed our goal for the last 5 weeks. We have a successful build, and we're looking into the future, and we have an idea of where we're going and what we need to complete in the next 5 weeks. So overall, I'd say successful, good job. Thanks for your hard work, everybody.